Hello, and welcome back. Welcome to Daily English Whisper. This is a quiet space for learning. A slow space. A place where English feels calm and friendly. My name is Alex, and I'm very happy you are here today. Today's episode is called 70 Easy English Sentences. And this episode has one clear goal: to help you feel comfortable with everyday English sentences. Not textbook English. Not complicated English. But real sentences you can hear, repeat, and use. Many learners tell me this. They say, I know words, but I don't know how to make sentences. Or, I understand English, but I freeze when I want to speak. Or, I practice, but real conversations still feel scary. Maybe this is your experience too. You may feel shy when speaking. You may feel slow. You may feel like other people are faster than you. I want you to hear this clearly. Confidence does not come from big vocabulary. Confidence comes from familiar sentences. Another common myth is this: if sentences are easy, they are not useful. That is not true. Easy sentences are powerful. They are the base of real conversation. Think about daily life. We don't speak in long speeches. We speak in short, simple ideas. That is why today we focus on simple sentences. But not boring ones. Not common classroom examples. We will use everyday sentences that feel human. Sentences about small moments. Sentences about thoughts, habits, and daily situations you may not see in a textbook. Here is the central idea of today's episode. When you repeat simple sentences many times, your confidence grows naturally. You don't need to create sentences from zero. You don't need to think too much. You listen. You repeat. You let English move into your voice. This is perfect for listening practice. This is perfect for shadowing. And this is perfect if you want to feel more relaxed in everyday conversations. Here on Daily English Whisper, we believe in small steps. We believe in slow repetition. And we believe that English should feel safe. So take a breath. Let your shoulders relax. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to practice calmly. Let's begin together. Now let me ask you something very simple. How do you learn a sentence in English? Many people think learning a sentence means reading it once and moving on. But real learning happens when a sentence becomes familiar to your ear and your mouth. That is why today we use listening and shadowing. Listening means you hear the sentence. Shadowing means you repeat it with the speaker, or just after. You don't wait until you feel ready. You don't translate every word. You follow the sound. This is very powerful for everyday conversation, because real life is fast. You don't have time to think about grammar when someone speaks to you. Your mouth needs patterns it already knows. Shadowing gives you these patterns. Here is how we will do it in this episode. I will say a short, easy sentence. You will listen first. Then I will invite you to repeat it slowly. If you don't understand every word, that is okay. Understanding grows with repetition. Let's start with a gentle practice. Listen first. I usually drink water before I speak. Now repeat after me. Say it slowly. I usually drink water before I speak. Very good. Notice something. This sentence is simple, but it feels real. People say things like this in daily life. Let's try another one. Listen. I forgot why I opened this app. Now repeat. I forgot why I opened this app. Excellent. These are the kinds of sentences we will use today. Short. Natural. Not too common, but very useful. When you shadow sentences like this, your confidence grows quietly. Your mouth learns rhythm. Your ears learn tone. You don't need to repeat every sentence perfectly. You can repeat in a low voice. You can repeat only part of the sentence. Even listening without speaking helps. Think of this practice like stretching. You don't stretch once and stop forever. You stretch a little, often. That is how confidence is built. Stay with me. Now, let's talk about the main question behind today's episode. How can simple sentences help you feel more confident in everyday English conversations? Many learners say things like this. I know grammar, but I can't speak naturally. I understand English, but I don't know what to say. My mind goes blank in real situations. This happens because your brain is looking for ready sentences. Not rules. Not explanations. Just sentences it can use. In real life, we don't build sentences word by word. We remember patterns. We remember sounds. That is why simple sentences are so important. In this episode, I will guide you through many everyday sentences. They are easy to understand. They are easy to repeat. And they sound natural in real conversation. We will use sentences for small moments. Moments like waiting, thinking, deciding, noticing something, or changing your mind. You don't need to memorize them. You just need to hear them many times. As you listen, your brain will start to recognize them. Your mouth will start to feel comfortable saying them. And little by little, when you are in a real conversation, one of these sentences will appear. Not because you forced it, but because it feels familiar. If this kind of practice feels helpful, you can support the channel in a simple way. You can like the video and stay with me here on Daily English Whisper. It helps more learners find calm English practice like this. Now, let's begin with the first group of everyday sentences. These sentences are for small personal moments. Moments when you think, notice, or react quietly. I will say each sentence first. Then I will invite you to repeat it. Take your time. Speak slowly. Listen. I didn't expect the day to feel this long. Now repeat after me. I didn't expect the day to feel this long. Good. Listen to the next one. I'm not in a rush, but I don't want to be late. Now repeat. I'm not in a rush, but I don't want to be late. Very nice. Listen. I keep checking the time without a reason. Now repeat. I keep checking the time without a reason. Good. These sentences are simple, but they feel real. People say things like this in daily life, often without thinking. Let's continue. Listen. I need a moment to think about it. Now repeat. I need a moment to think about it. Excellent. Listen. I feel better after a short walk. Now repeat. I feel better after a short walk. Very good. When you repeat sentences like these, you are training natural reaction English. Not answers for tests, but language for real moments. If your pronunciation feels slow, that is okay. Slow is good. Slow builds control. You can imagine these situations as you repeat. Waiting somewhere. Walking outside. Thinking quietly. This helps your brain connect English with real life. Even if you repeat only in your mind, it still helps. Your confidence is growing silently. Now let's continue and explore another group of everyday sentences. As before, listen first. Then repeat after me. Slowly and clearly. Listen. I sat down for a minute, and it turned into 10. Now repeat. I sat down for a minute, and it turned into 10. Good. Listen. I was going to reply, but I needed more time. Now repeat. I was going to reply, but I needed more time. Very nice. Listen. I didn't realize how quiet the room was. Now repeat. I didn't realize how quiet the room was. Good. Listen carefully. I opened the window to let some air in. Now repeat. I opened the window to let some air in. Excellent. Listen. I'm not hungry, but I feel like eating something. Now repeat. I'm not hungry, but I feel like eating something. Good. Listen. I keep my phone nearby, just in case. Now repeat. I keep my phone nearby, just in case. Very good. Listen. I lost track of time while doing that. Now repeat. I lost track of time while doing that. Nice and slow. Listen. I thought about it longer than I expected. Now repeat. I thought about it longer than I expected. Good. Listen. I decided to wait instead of rushing. Now repeat. I decided to wait instead of rushing. Excellent. Listen. I changed my mind at the last moment. Now repeat. I changed my mind at the last moment. Good. Listen. I felt more relaxed after turning the lights off. Now repeat. I felt more relaxed after turning the lights off. Very nice. And the last one for this part. Listen. I notice small details I usually ignore. Now repeat. I notice small details I usually ignore. Well done. You are doing exactly what builds confidence. You are listening. You are repeating. You are letting these sentences become familiar. Take a slow breath. And let's keep going together. Remember, you don't need to rush. Let the sentences come to you. As always, listen first. Then repeat after me. Listen. I paused the video to think about that idea. Now repeat. I paused the video to think about that idea. Good. Listen. I wasn't sure if today was the right day. Now repeat. I wasn't sure if today was the right day. Very nice. Listen. I prefer doing this early, before my energy drops. Now repeat. I prefer doing this early, before my energy drops. Good. Listen. I almost forgot, but something reminded me. Now repeat. I almost forgot, but something reminded me. Excellent. Listen carefully. I don't feel ready, but I'll try anyway. Now repeat. I don't feel ready, but I'll try anyway. Very good. Listen. I waited longer than I planned. Now repeat. I waited longer than I planned. Nice. Listen. I felt unsure, so I checked again. Now repeat. I felt unsure, so I checked again. Good. Listen. I like having things ready ahead of time. Now repeat. I like having things ready ahead of time. Very nice. Listen. I needed a break before continuing. Now repeat. I needed a break before continuing. Good. Listen. I wasn't expecting that reaction. Now repeat. I wasn't expecting that reaction. Excellent. Listen. I focused better after turning notifications off. Now repeat. I focused better after turning notifications off. Very good. And the last one for this part. Listen. I felt calmer once I slowed down. Now repeat. I felt calmer once I slowed down. Well done. You are doing real listening practice right now. You are training your ear and your voice at the same time. If one of these sentences feels especially useful to you, you can leave a simple comment and tell me which one you like the most. And stay with me until the end, because the next part will help you use these sentences even more naturally. You're doing great. Let's continue. In this part, the sentences are about decisions, reactions, and small changes. These are moments that happen quietly during the day. As always, listen first. Then repeat after me. Listen. I took a different route just to clear my head. Now repeat. I took a different route just to clear my head. Good. Listen. I didn't say anything, but I noticed the tone. Now repeat. I didn't say anything, but I noticed the tone. Very nice. Listen. I felt unsure, so I slowed my pace. Now repeat. I felt unsure, so I slowed my pace. Good. Listen carefully. I kept the message short to avoid confusion. Now repeat. I kept the message short to avoid confusion. Excellent. Listen. I stayed quiet because it felt more natural. Now repeat. I stayed quiet because it felt more natural. Good. Listen. I almost interrupted, then decided to wait. Now repeat. I almost interrupted, then decided to wait. Very good. Listen. I adjusted my plan when things changed. Now repeat. I adjusted my plan when things changed. Nice and slow. Listen. I felt more present after putting my phone away. Now repeat. I felt more present after putting my phone away. Good. Listen. I didn't push myself as hard today. Now repeat. I didn't push myself as hard today. Excellent. Listen. I noticed my mood shift during the afternoon. Now repeat. I noticed my mood shift during the afternoon. Very good. Listen. I chose comfort over speed this time. Now repeat. I chose comfort over speed this time. Nice. Listen. I let the moment pass without reacting. Now repeat. I let the moment pass without reacting. Very good. And the last sentence for this part. Listen. I felt clearer after giving myself space. Now repeat. I felt clearer after giving myself space. Well done. These sentences help you talk about thoughts and choices. They may feel quiet, but they are very common in real conversations. Take a breath. And let's move gently into the next part. In this part, the sentences focus on feelings, habits, and small reflections. These are sentences people often think but don't always say. They are simple, but very natural. As always, listen first. Then repeat after me, slowly. Listen. I didn't feel like talking, but I didn't want to be rude. Now repeat. I didn't feel like talking, but I didn't want to be rude. Good. Listen. I needed some quiet time to reset. Now repeat. I needed some quiet time to reset. Very nice. Listen. I realized I was overthinking a small thing. Now repeat. I realized I was overthinking a small thing. Good. Listen carefully. I felt tired, but my mind was still active. Now repeat. I felt tired, but my mind was still active. Excellent. Listen. I kept busy to avoid thinking too much. Now repeat. I kept busy to avoid thinking too much. Good. Listen. I wasn't fully present, so I slowed myself down. Now repeat. I wasn't fully present, so I slowed myself down. Very nice. Listen. I noticed I was holding my breath without knowing it. Now repeat. I noticed I was holding my breath without knowing it. Good. Listen. I felt lighter after saying that out loud. Now repeat. I felt lighter after saying that out loud. Excellent. Listen. I needed reassurance, even if I didn't say it. Now repeat. I needed reassurance, even if I didn't say it. Good. Listen. I stayed longer than I planned because it felt right. Now repeat. I stayed longer than I planned because it felt right. Very nice. Listen. I caught myself repeating the same thought. Now repeat. I caught myself repeating the same thought. Good. Listen. I felt more balanced after a simple routine. Now repeat. I felt more balanced after a simple routine. Excellent. Listen. I delayed my response to be more honest. Now repeat. I delayed my response to be more honest. Nice and slow. Listen. I chose to listen instead of explaining. Now repeat. I chose to listen instead of explaining. Very good. Listen. I felt tension leave my shoulders. Now repeat. I felt tension leave my shoulders. And the last sentence for this part. Listen. I reminded myself that today doesn't need to be perfect. Now repeat. I reminded myself that today doesn't need to be perfect. Well done. You're doing excellent work. These sentences help you express inner moments, and that is a big part of real conversation. Take a breath with me. We're almost there. Now let's slow down and finish this episode together. In this final part, I'll give you 10 last everyday sentences. These sentences help you close conversations, reflect, and move forward calmly. As always, listen first. Then repeat after me. Listen. I think that's enough for today. Now repeat. I think that's enough for today. Good. Listen. I'll come back to this later with a fresh mind. Now repeat. I'll come back to this later with a fresh mind. Very nice. Listen. I learned something small, and that's okay. Now repeat. I learned something small, and that's okay. Good. Listen carefully. I don't need to rush my progress. Now repeat. I don't need to rush my progress. Excellent. Listen. I showed up, even when it felt uncomfortable. Now repeat. I showed up, even when it felt uncomfortable. Good. Listen. I'm starting to trust my English more. Now repeat. I'm starting to trust my English more. Very good. Listen. I can feel this getting easier over time. Now repeat. I can feel this getting easier over time. Nice and slow. Listen. I don't need perfect words to communicate. Now repeat. I don't need perfect words to communicate. Excellent. Listen. I'm proud that I kept practicing. Now repeat. I'm proud that I kept practicing. Very nice. And the final sentence. Listen. I'll continue tomorrow, one step at a time. Now repeat. I'll continue tomorrow, one step at a time. Well done. You've now practiced 70 real, everyday English sentences. Not for exams. Not for textbooks. But for real life. Remember this simple idea. Confidence grows when sentences feel familiar. English is not something outside of you. It's something you are slowly making your own. If this listening and shadowing practice helped you, I invite you to stay with us. You can subscribe to Daily English Whisper and continue building calm confidence every day. My name is Alex, and I'm truly proud of the effort you made today. Thank you for learning with me. Take care. And I'll see you again very soon.